Test one, test one. Mic one, mic one. Test one, test one. Welcome to Latimer Park. This is test 2 on microphone 2. Test 2 on microphone 2.
Next home game at Latimer Park is Tuesday, Wednesday out church with 7:45 kickoff. And then Friday 10th May for each role should start at Latimer Park. That's Friday the 10th of April. But all before then, we have a Poppy's Cafe, which is open here at Latimer Park from 14th of March from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m. The only time will be Saturdays, Sundays, and Mondays. That's the Poppy's Cafe, which is open here at Latimer Park on the 14th of March, 8 till 1 p.m. And the only time will be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Latimer Park. Today's pitch is Sunday Funny Social Games with Bromsgrove Sporting and Kettering Town Park. It's live enough for our world visitors. Bromsgrove Sport this afternoon for 1 North Brown, 2 Lyle Fritz, 3 Jack Kelly, 4 Lewis Green, 5 and captain Aaron Wallace, 8 Kyle Belmonte, 14 Tyler Midweight, 15 Jack Hill, 17 Luke Softly, 18 John Ryan, and 20 Kean Riley. Substitutes for Sporting this afternoon at 6 Carl Allen, 10 Rush Shretton, 11 Cody Arthur, 16 Fiona Robertson, and 19 Archie Turner. Your Poppy's ticket this afternoon with goal, 4 White, 3 Ben Isaacson, 4 Van Thomas captain George Forsyth, 7 Wes York, 8 Tony Balosh, 10 Ed Patter, 15 Lewis Doyle, 16 Blake Lowe, 17 Spiritaggio, 21 Prestafino, and 22 Alvin Lewis. Substitutes for the Poppy's this afternoon at 2 Demiando, 9 Nathan Jesho, 11 Kai Williams, 19 Kai Byfield, and 20 William Van Leer. Today's referee at Latimer Park is Matthew Jackson, and assistant referees are William Doyle and Kurt Bartlett. The next away game for the Poppies is next Saturday, away to AFC Studley. Here's the Poppies supporters coach going, leaving Boston and Bowley outside the care home at 11:30 and Latimer Park at 11:45. At the moment, adult fares are £18, under 16s are £10, and under 12s are £5. If you'd like to go, please contact Jack. His Facebook page is KTSC Supporters Travel Club. That's KTSC Supporters Travel Club. Yeah, that's next Saturday. Going to AFC Studley, leaving Boston Road at 11:30 and Latimer Park at 11:45. There you go, before then, the next home game at Latimer Park is Tuesday, Wednesday at church. As always, we remind everyone to Latimer Park something and social races, homophobic, sexist, or misogynistic, discriminatory will not be tolerated in the moral section. No tricks will be rejected. Maybe you brought to the police and may face a ban for the future games at Latimer Park or for more than 3 to 5 years. you do is maybe the way that social releases smooth foliage or any other distributed stuff you want us to passive or hash issue or full official views in this matter. Alternatively, you can download the new app QR codes on display around the browser.
Welcome everybody to Latimer Park. Football fans, Poppies fans, wherever you are, you are back finally again for the second time in 73 days to a overcast, but hopefully an exciting game here today. And alongside me we have Gary Foreman. Welcome,
Hello.
Gary.
Hi, Doug.
Welcome. For those that are joining us and can see the YouTube coverage, you'll notice that there are a number of changes from the Tuesday's 2-0 win against Stratford. Well, we have a changed midfield. So we've got Wes York, Andy Thanodge, and Ishmael Furtado all coming in. And the bench then, we've got Kai Williams and Fifield, William Van Leer and Nathan Yeche, together with Levi Ando, all on the bench. A strong bench nevertheless, but all midfield changes for Kettering Down, who played very well in the 2-0 victory on Tuesday. So we're looking forward to an interesting game. Paul White still in prime position. We are actually looking at Jason Alexander, who has been involved in the warm-up, but Paul White preferred, following his two great saves actually in the first half, very early on against Stratford. But should be a great game, Gary.
Yeah, it should be a good game, and not surprisingly, with the games coming thick and fast, there's a few changes again. And I think it's going to be a slightly different role for Ishmael Furtado this afternoon. I expect him to play more of a wide forward, supporting Eddie Panther, with Wes York doing the same job on the other side. And usual three midfield, Andy Thanodge, Preston Bitamo, and Alfie Lewis, and then the back four. And let's have a look at the Bromsgrove team. Obviously, the one name that stands out there that Kettering Town fans will be familiar with, which is of course Tyrone Luthwaite.
Indeed, Tyrone Luthwaite scored twice in their Saturday 5-3 victory at home against AFC Sudbury. And the Rouslers, if you want to call them that, which is a commonly used term for a rowdy or rousting person. I'm sure, Gary, you understand what we're talking about here. Historically adopted to reflect a lively fighting spirit, a common theme in the Old English football nicknames. They won 5-3 on Saturday, but they've only had 2 wins in the last 10 games, which has illustrated the sort of Jekyll and Hyde season that the Rousers are experiencing this season. 1 win in 5. Bromsgrove got 2 draws and 2 defeats, both to their West Midlands rivals. Alvechurch 4-1 and 1-0 at home to Worcester City. And this leaves the Rouslers, managed by the evergreen Tim Flowers, 4 places below us in 15th place. 2 points, only 2 points above the relegation zone. And it's going to be an interesting approach here, because Bromsgrove are not safe and they'll be fighting hard. They've also bought, or signed, I should say, Kyle Belmont from Worcester City, who's a midfield player who did very well for them when we played them over at their place. So it should be a great game, and here come the teams. For Kettering Town, we've got Paul White, number 1. Ben Isaacson, number 3. George Forsyth, number 4. Wes York, number 7. Andy Thanodge, number 8. Eddie Panther, 10. Lewis Coyle, 15. Blaine Rose, 16. Ishmael Furtado, 17. Preston Bitamo, 21. And Alfie Lewis, 22. On the bench for the Poppies is Levi Ando, number 2. Nathan Yeche, number 9. Kai Williams, 11. Kai Fifield, 19. And William Van Leer, number 20. For Bromsgrove Sporting, they've got number 1, Rory Brown. Number 2, Niall Flynn. Number 3, Jack Kelly. Number 4, Lewis Green. Number 5 in captain Aaron Roberts. Number 8, Kyle Belmont. Number 14, Tyrone Luthwaite. Number 15, Jack Newell. Number 17, Luke Softly. Number 18, Jordan Lydon. And number 20, Cian Riley. And the bench for the Rouslers are number 6, Kyle Rowley. Number 10, Brad Stratton. Number 11, Kobe Arthur. Number 16, Theo Robinson. And number 19, Archie Durden. Referee in this game is Matthew Jackson, ably assisted by Will Doyle and Kurt Bartlett. So Gary, what are you expecting today? What are you hoping for?
I'm hoping for a continuance, really, from Tuesday night in terms of the performance levels. I thought a lot of good performances from the men in red, and we're going to be looking to continue that here this afternoon. They say Bromsgrove have their ups and downs, but they'll come here with their own thoughts about what they want to do, but I'd just like a little bit of a quicker start. The first 10 minutes on Tuesday were against us. Paul White had to make a couple of decent stops early on, so let's hope we can get a quicker start here, get into the game quicker, and then impose ourselves on proceedings here this afternoon.
Yes, indeed. Both sides are just getting into a huddle here. Bromsgrove in green jerseys with I don't know if that's spots on the back of their shirt, Gary, but looks interesting from here. Sort of a bluish purple shorts and green socks topped with a black ring, and the poppies are in their familiar red, black, and white. Both teams break from the huddle, and we're looking forward to a good game here. Referee's just checking his sundial. And it's fairly overcast, but the pitch looks in pretty good condition. I think the covers over those parts, Gary, have not done a bad job actually.
No, that's right. We said on Tuesday the pitch held up really well, didn't cut up to the level that we expected, and just covering those 2 or 3 wet splodges has certainly helped. No doubt that the game will go ahead today, and we're underway.
We are indeed. Bromsgrove clear the ball upfield as they kick off. Playing from left to right. The Poppies are defending the tin hat. Cleared by Isaacson. Headed forward. Underneath, Lewis is underneath it. Gets a good tackle. Fanodge is back in the midfield again. Picks the ball up. Looks to play it out. There's a couple of first touches here from Rowe. Back into Fanodge. He's immediately under pressure. And Rowe has to clear this down the right-hand side, which he does. Intercepted again by Bromsgrove. Let's come out here now. Bromsgrove going forward. And number 2 is on his own here. Flint plays it back behind him to Lewis Green, who has to go back into the half. His own half. He'll play a long ball into the middle there. Luthwaite gets ahead, but only goes as far as Lewis. Lewis has got a chance to break. He goes with Coyle. Coyle down the left-hand side here. Plays a lovely ball in down the channel to York. York will keep this in if he can, which he does. He's right on the goal line, on the edge of the 18-yard box. He tries to cross, but it comes to Coyle. Can he get a left foot cross, which he does, right to the far post, and it's headed out for the Poppies' first corner.
Yep. Good sign. Asks for a faster start, and a good move there from the Poppies. Wes York is playing more of a central striker role. We're playing a wing-back system. Blaine Rowe has gone to the third centre half. So Preston Bittermo has moved from midfield to right wing-back. Lewis Coyle, left wing-back. So that's how we're shaped up this afternoon. First Poppies corner coming in.
Indeed. Coyle's taking it right from the far end. He curls it in. It's an in-swinger all the way along. It's headed out to the edge of the area. Bittermo takes a swing, just hits the air. Doesn't come into anything. Comes back to Lewis. Lewis taking his time. He puts it back to Fanodge. He's the last man. Sprays the ball over, but that's given away. Cleared again. Bittermo puts his foot into it, but because a difficult position for Rowe. Lovely ball out to Coyle on the far side. Forsyth puts it down the channels to see if they can try and get Poppies on the move, but they can't. And it's cleared out by Lydon. Intercepted by Bittermo there. As Gary quite rightly pointed out, Kettering are playing a 4-3-3 formation today, looks like.
No, 3 at the back.
4-3-2. Well, I'm being told here to my right-hand side, so let's get it right. And yeah, so an interesting approach for us today, but Bromsgrove side, as we said, they're not the most prolific away from home, but who knows? We'll see what happens. It's played out by Newell. Played up to Kelly, but it's going to roll out for a goal kick, I think, on the far side. But I think the actual new formation worked pretty well on Tuesday, Gary. Obviously, we got the victory, but actually played well, especially first half.
They did, but Liam's always a manager that's looking to tailor his system to sort of what he thinks is going to be the best matchup against the opposition. So that's the reason why he's changed it today.
Forsyth clears it down. It's picked up by Lewis Green. He comes inside. Wes York's chasing it, but it's played forward. Luthwaite's trying to run onto it, headed out by Forsyth. Knocked on by Thanodge here, but only goes as far as Newell, but picked out by York. York has to go down to his byline and clears the ball, keeps it in. Bittermo is tackled, but it goes for a Poppy's throw on the far side. So Bromsgrove have come here with an opportunity to see if they can try and keep themselves out of the relegation tussle. As AFC's, it's the battle of the two AFCs today as Sudbury take on Stamford in the relegation zone. Thankfully, Poppies are nowhere near that at the moment, so that's good. Bit of tussle at the moment. Panthers brought down. Lee McDonald puts his hands up there, expecting a free kick's not given. Headed on by Green. Trying to get Flint in here, which he does on the edge of the area. Cleared well by Isaacson there. Panthers chasing it down the channel there, but unfortunately doesn't get it. He's intercepted there by Luke Softly. And it's a Bromsgrove throw. 5 minutes to the 5th minute already now. Bromsgrove looking to start again on this side with Green. Comes into the Kettering half. They're picked up well policed by Isaacson, pushing the ball back. Comes back to Aaron Roberts, who's the captain. Into Kyle Belmont, who's just been it's his first game after being on loan from Worcester. Isaacson again there, imperious, plays a lovely left foot ball, tries to find York, he's intercepted well. Belmont plays it back to Green, coils all over him, and that will be a throw to Bromsgrove just underneath us here. Fairly even start, Gary, I think, to be honest.
Yeah, Bromsgrove have come back into it. They're just the last few minutes. They've got a throw in halfway in the Poppies half that Lewis Green will launch down to Luthwaite. Luthwaite looking a bit more stocky than the wiry frame when he played here. But see how he gets on today. Ball back with Rory Brown, who launches the ball forward, looking for a Bromsgrove man. But Fataggio does well there to break up play in the midfield area. Now runs through, tries to release Panther, just overhit slightly. And it's intercepted by Softly. And that's out for a throw-in for Poppies, taken quickly on the halfway line. Lewis across to Thanodge. Thanodge looking for an option on this near side, and Core provides it on this near touch line. Looking for his options now. Checks back to Thanodge. Thanodge. Forward to Fataggio. Fataggio with his back to goal, having to come and retreat all the way back to Thanodge, inside to Lewis. Lewis does well, beats a man, and plays the ball out to Coyle. Good bit of possession play here by the men in red. Forsyth now out to the other side, and Preston Bittermo on that far wing. Beats his man, and then does he overhit it? He does, unfortunately. His second touch was a bit heavy, and just runs the ball out for a goal kick.
Certainly good to hear the Poppies faithful aware for our right in the Pro Source stand there in good voice. As we're just waiting for Rory Brown in the Bromsgrove goal, resplendent in all grey actually today.
Can he be resplendent in all
grey? You can be iridescent even, but no. Let's go for the big Scrabble words today. As
I think drab is probably the word I would use for an all grey kit, but there we go.
It's just like the Bertel Latimer sky here as the ball's played up here, picked up by Lewis. Lewis on the edge of the area, come around the 18 pass. He's past one, he's past two, he shoots. It's blocked by Green and played back to Rory Brown in the goal, who kicks it forward. Bittermo gets his foot in there, but cleared up into the sky by Lydon. Luthwaite heads it forward, but it'll go out for a Poppy's throw. Good opportunity, good break there from Lewis, who managed to go straight through the heart of defence there.
Yeah, encouraging run from Alfie Lewis. I thought he was one of the players that had a particularly good performance on Tuesday evening. So looking to build on that. The throw-ins come in. It's half cleared by Bromsgrove and then fully cleared by Niall Flint, the left back, all the way back into the Poppies half. And Coyle chases back to retrieve. And then back to Ben Isaacson, who one of the two goal scorers on Tuesday. And then he's overhit the ball back to Coyle, and that will be a throw into the visitors, halfway inside their own half. Playing more of a traditional flat back four at the moment. And it's Green that launches the ball forward. That's off Coyle. That'll go for another throw in. This time inside the Poppies half. 9 minutes gone here at Latimer Park, 0-0. Throwing it taken. And Lydon plays it back to Captain Roberts. And across to his centre half fellow, Softly. But that was a poor touch by Softly. Balloons the ball straight out of play in front of the Poppies bench. Bittermo. Back to Blaine, who then plays it forward. But intercepted by Bromsgrove. Belmonte plays it out to Green, then tries to play it back into Belmonte. Misses him, but still works out for the visitors. Newell plays it out to the left-hand side. The cross comes in. It's a flick on by Newell. Straight through to Paul White.
The second touch there for Paul White. He's all in blue. Coyle plays the ball down the channels. Panther will run all day long this, and he does. He gets the ball played in. That's a foul. Referee will have to come over and sort out number 5, Aaron Roberts there. Aaron Roberts he tries to remonstrate with the referee that it was unfortunate just to coming together, but that was a definite foul. That's going to be an interesting clash, I think, there as Panther takes a high five from Wes York. Great ball forward from Coyle, and gives the Poppies a free kick down here on the left-hand side, probably about 10-12 yards outside of the 18-yard box, close to the goal line. And Furtado is coming over to place this. And there are 7 Poppies players in the box at the moment, 3 in the 6-yard box. Isaacson are right on the far side. Let's see if there's an Arsenal set piece here to be replicated. Bittermo is in there as well, just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Forsyth right in the middle. Referee's just taking his time, just making sure everything's okay before he allows Furtado to take that. He takes the cross comes in straight into the goalkeeper's arms. That was a little bit of a waste. Nobody chasing that as Rory Brown fly kicks it out. Well trapped by the Bromsgrove player there. He's in his own half. He has to twist and turn. Mr. Riley goes back inside to Jack Newell, who's the midfield Pirlo for Bromsgrove, if there is such a thing, obviously. And Belmont is also a very handy midfielder. This is a different side from the one that we played earlier in the season and lost 3-0. But Bromsgrove just playing possession football, just going across the back, 3 or 4 softly. He's just on his own. Wes York just pushing a little bit. Kettering beginning to move out and have a bit of a press here. Back with the keeper. Plays it back out to Softly. He probably doesn't want this, but goes back out to the far side. Bromsgrove trying to retain the ball well. Bittermo did well to get in there. That'll be a Poppy's throw right in front of the bench. Nick Green, it's continuing, as always, to bark out both instructions and hand signals in frequency and severity, I think, in terms of trying to get them to go.
Yeah, make a good tic-tac man, wouldn't he, at the race course? But has to defer anyway to Preston Bittermo, who gets us back underway. Throw back to Isaacson. Isaacson striding forward, nearly overran it, but did well in the end. Finds Furtado. Furtado now bursting forward on this near side, halfway in the Bromsgrove half. Back to Isaacson. Isaacson then goes back to the centre circle. Captain Forsyth out to Blaine Road. And back to Isaacson. Patient play by the Poppies, but they're in retreat. Having said that, and it goes back to Paul White. White then clears long into the Bromsgrove half, headed away. And then there's a bit of a nudge in the back, but no foul. And that will be a throw into the Poppies just in front of said Mr. Green.
So still a fairly even half so far. No shots on goal, really. Again, Thanodge plays the ball in, but Green picks that up, goes back to Rory. Brown clears it, but only as far as Thanodge again. Loses the ball, goes out to softly, plays the ball forward. Rowe intercepts well. It's a bit of a midfield battle at the moment here. It's a wayward ball. Green brings it down his own half, plays it back, but a good chasing from Panto. I do think they've got an opportunity to really press this back two. They're not necessarily the most mobile. Lovely switch play there from Furtado, goes to Coyle, down by the goal line. He has to come back, looking for some support, which he hasn't got at the moment. Lewis is there, just at the apex of the 18-yard box, plays the ball out to the far side, looking for Wes York. He won't get that, but that was an important interception there from Kean Riley, because Bittermo was just ghosting in behind him there in the 18-yard box, and he took a bit of a clatter, I think, for his troubles there, Paul. I mean, Gary?
Yes.
Even?
Yeah, no, Mr. Cook is downstairs. He's got his big camera out today, so he's hopefully going to get a few good action shots later on. But it is a corner kick to the Poppies on the far side. Ishmael Fataggio will be taking it. Coyle runs forward, offering the short option, but looks as though that's been declined. There's a lot of holding going on in the box, and sure enough, the referee now wants to get involved. Roberts and Forsyth, the two captains, and Isaacson and Luthwaite were having a bit of a grappling contest. And it's the two captains that are going to get a little talking to by today's referee, who is Matthew Jackson. But corner now does come in. Broken down, but back to Fataggio. Fataggio with the cross in, half cleared by Bromsgrove to the edge of the box, and then it's picked up by Green. Green though goes long, and Wes York, who's back to shepherd the ball to Paul White. White decides to go long, just over the halfway line, looking for Rowe. It's headed out by Flint, and that'll be a Poppies thrown.
It was a bit like come dancing now a little bit. They all had their arms around each other, about four of them. It's just like as if they were going to go into a Scottish reel at some point there. But thankfully, referee Jackson sorted them out and separated the dancing partners. But that corner came to nothing as the ball comes in. Panther tries for the header, headed forward again. Luthwaite couldn't get it, and just cleared out by Isaacson for a Bromsgrove throw right on the far side. Certainly a fairly even game so far. Not many goal-mouth action, but certainly given the fact that Bromsgrove scored 5 on the weekend, I think it'll be quite interesting if they score the first goal. So let's see what happens. Bit of head tennis going on at the moment. Thanodge forward to Panther. Panther brings it down. Still got the ball. Goes to Furtado. York gets a tackle in. It's picked up by Belmont. Belmont sprays it out to the right-hand side here. And Riley's away. He's into the 18-yard box. He's got Isaacson in front of him. Can he cross the ball? It's blocked. The Kettering player down on the far side. A shot by Green, and that's wayward. Let's just say that's heading towards Wellingborough. Meanwhile, we've got a Poppies player down. Looks like Bittermo, I think. Yeah, Bittermo's down. The referee's going across to the Kettering bench. I don't know what he's going to say here. Tim Flowers has also been involved in some.
I think
let's call it
the
dialogue.
Referee has seen something. He's called the referee across for a conflab, and if it's something against Preston Bittermo, then that would obviously be a Bromsgrove player. That could be potentially in hot water here. Conversation still going on between the officials. Now the referee is coming back onto the pitch. He's having a word with Bittermo initially, and he's calling across. It looks like the number 2.
It is, yeah.
who is Niall Flint. And the referee is speaking to him. Let's just see whether it's just another talking to. No, there's going to be a card. It's going to be a yellow one.
Yeah.
So Niall Flint is the first man in the referee's notebook this afternoon. For what, we're not quite sure, but obviously it must have been an incident against Bittermo that the linesman picked up on.
I think he just caught him as he went past him there, but good spot there from the referee's assistant on the far side there. I think that's Will Doyle, but a very good spot there, and certainly bodes well. The referee's having not a bad game at this stage, and the ball's back with Paul White. All in powder blue, I think we can say. Not an iridescent colour, but a powder blue, let's call it that. He's ready to take the goal kick at the moment. Wes York is up front, as is Panther. The wing-back's pushing forward as well. York's going to be underneath this, but is headed forward there by Softly. Bromsgrove retaining the ball well, but policed well by Rowe, but lose the throw-in right in front of the away dugout here. Tim Flowers just giving some instructions to Flint. No towels needed to dry the balls at this stage, so thankfully. Long throw down there. Luthwaite's missed it completely, and it goes to Forsyth. Forsyth will turn, trying to clear this, and he ricochets off Green, and that goes for a goal kick to the Poppies. We are in the 20th minute, and Poppies media coverage brought to you by Elgood's Brewery. Thank you, Marcus, for everything that you do for us, and hopefully you're listening in.
Luthwaite gets his head to that one, but still goes out for a Poppies throw-in in front of the Bromsgrove bench. Blaine Rowe with the ball in his hands. And he's going to go long down the line, I think. Thinks about going back, but no, he does go down the line. Looking for Bittermo, but beaten in the air. Bit of pushing and shoving going on. The referee, though, doesn't give any decision at all. And then there's a tackle gone in on the far side. Riley involved, and the Kettering player has gone down. I think it's Blaine Rowe that's the injured man, but he's back on his feet. And it's just going to be a throw-in to the visitors. So much ado about nothing. Continue Shakespeare theme from Tuesday night. It's Kelly that will take the throw-in on the far side. Down the wing, looking for Luthwaite, but he's beaten in the air, ironically enough, by Fataggio, who must be one of the smallest people on the pitch. That says a lot about Tyrone Luthwaite, really, doesn't it? But
yeah, indeed. But as you say, Luthwaite certainly bulked up a bit since last time he graced the Latimer Park pitch as the ball goes all the way back to Rory Brown to clear the ball up into the steel grey sky here. Bittermo brings it down the halfway line beautifully. Tries to get round the Bromsgrove player, but he can't. Luthwaite picks the ball up. Can he distribute? No. Forsyth has got a good foot in there and takes it away from him. Bittermo trying to find Panther. It's all a bit frenetic. It's all a bit bitty at the moment. It was a push by Lewis. And Bromsgrove get a free kick. They're beginning to frustrate the Poppies, and if they do, then it's going to be a difficult game for us here, I think. Ball goes forward. Rowe's got the ball up in the air. Green's underneath. Sorry, Belmont's underneath it. Thanodge with the header. Belmont again trying to find Luthwaite. He turns beautifully. Luthwaite, he's got a chance of shooting there, but a tackle there from Furtado, and he's going to get a booking immediately. A tackle from behind, let's call it that, on Luthwaite in a dangerous position, Gary.
Yeah, it is. It's about 25 yards out, I would estimate, fairly central. So there's certainly going to be the need for a wall, which Paul White has now started to organise. So that's one yellow card each, as far as that's concerned. Although bigger danger really now for the Poppies as the referee takes his customary 10 yards, paces forward. And it looks as though it's going to be Jack Kelly, the left footer, that's going to take it. Belmont is also in attendance for the visitors. Paul White still lining up his four-man wall. And it is going to be Kelly. So Kelly with the shot. Nope. Back to Belmont. Belmont's shot, though, is blocked by the wall. It's half cleared and then fully cleared by Fataggio to Panther. Panther trying to burst away into the Bromsgrove half. He's dispossessed, but he does well to win the ball back. And that's a lovely ball in for Fataggio. But fair play to Rory Brown, who's quick off his line. Had to be to smother the ball at Fataggio's feet just inside the penalty box. One end to the other there, Doug.
Certainly, Gary, that was a part of the game that you don't often see from Eddie Panther, but he can play that. He won the ball in the Bromsgrove half there, went round one and then played a delicious crossfield ball there for Furtado to run into. Is just a little bit in front of him, but shows some promise as the ball's played forward by Forsyth. See if you can find Panther. Panther is running. He's got it on the far side. He's being policed well at the moment by the 17. The ball comes over. Furtado's in the middle, but cleared. Well, a crucial interception there from Lewis Green, and the ball goes out for another Poppies corner right on the far side.
Another delightful ball in from Panther, as you say, just displaying the fact it's not all about goals and finishing. Wonderful balls in. Bromsgrove players have dealt with them very well so far, but corner for the Reds on the far side. Coyle. It's going to be an in-swinger on his left foot, as you'd expect. All the taller Poppies men are forward, both centre halves. Swung in, and oh, that should have been a goal. Isaacson sort of jumped underneath it. He knows what a chance that was. He was 6 yards out, free header, and he's still berating himself. That was by far the biggest chance to open the scoring here this afternoon.
Certainly should be 1-0 Gary, definitely. I mean, he was in space, unchallenged, edge of the 6-yard box. Just didn't get the connection on the header that he wanted, and it's flashed wide to the much relieved Rory Brown, who has the ball now ready to take this. He's in no hurry at this stage. I'm sure he can find a blade of grass, even on the Latimer Park pitch, to place the ball. And he clears it right into the Kettering half. Isaac's underneath that. Played back in again, a bit of head tennis there from Lydon. Goes back to softly, plays it down the right-hand side. Forsyth in with a tackle there again, or a header I should say, comes out. Lewis has got the ball, squares it to Coyle. Coyle will never do that now. Green comes on, plays the ball forward for Flint, but Isaacson majestically comes in, intercepts that well, clears it, but only goes far as Lydon. Ball has to go back to the Roberts, who's the captain, who has to push it back all the way to his number one, who clears the ball up. Isaacson underneath that, great header. Again, Roberts picks the ball up. It's very to and fro. Green going forward. He's got 3 players surrounding him at the moment. Goes back to Flint. Back to Green. Right down on the touchline here. But again, Isaacson, none shall pass. Clears that ball out for a throw-in to Bromsgrove. About 5 or 6 yards away from the corner flag. Deep into Poppy's territory. It looks like it's going to be a long throw. Or maybe a short one. No. It's a short one. Goes to... Roberts back out to Flint. Flint will try and cross this, I think, if he can. He's got Lewis in front of him. Tries to thread it through. And that'll be another throw, I think, to Bromsgrove right in the corner. As we approach now the 28th minute in the first half here. It's still 0-0. If you just joined us, where have you been? Bromsgrove have got a long throw. I think they'll probably try and get this into the box. Luthwaite's on the edge of the 18-yard area looking to try and knock this on, I suggest. Goes over him, goes to Roberts, back to Luthwaite. Tries to get a cross in, and it's a first corner, I think, in the 28th minutes to Bromsgrove.
Yep, Bromsgrove finding a little bit of pressure, not really created anything of note. But to be fair, there's been no work of any note for either goalkeeper so far this afternoon. It's Kelly that's come across to take the corner for the visitors. So it's going to be another left foot in swinger, the same as Coyle. Here it comes. It's flicked on at the front post. It's hit Alfie Lewis and gone out for another corner. It's going to be the same corner taker shortly. Kelly to take it. Poppies have left Eddie Panter and Ish Fataggio forward. Everybody else for the Reds is back in their own box. Kelly, hand up, swings in this corner kick, and Paul White does well. Collects the ball under his bar and then shoves the ball out to Lewis. Lewis striding forward into the Bromsgrove half. Has to check back. He's fouled though. Just a little tug back. He's a little bit lucky, I think, to escape a card for that. It was very subtle, but it was a free kick. And no, he hasn't escaped a card. Green is in the book. Quite rightly, really.
I think it's
interesting. Subtle, but it's
yeah,
still
subtle, but he did stop the attack. But the referee's having no nonsense, is he? That's it's hardly been a physical game. Not many tackles, but we've got 3 in the book already.
Yes, indeed. 2 for the visitors. 1 for Ish Fataggio. Free kick. Coyle will take it. Launched into the penalty box. And nod on by Isaacson, but it's all the way through to Rory Brown. Brown looking for his near options and then decides to go long, left-footed. Rowe underneath it, sort of comes across the pitch. Ball breaks to Green. Green launches it forward. Luthwaite with a flick on. Looking for Riley, but Bittimo does well to intercept. Back to Paul White. White to Isaacson. Isaacson forward to Wes York. York looking for options. Has to go back to Coyle. It's a poor ball. Coyle does well though. And that's the foul there from Roberts. But Panther still got the ball and bursts into the penalty box. Panther looking for options. Oh, it hits Kelly. That could have gone in from Kelly. Kelly was only a yard or 2 away from the goal line. He didn't know much about it. It ricocheted off him and it's gone for a corner.
I tell you what, that's the closest we've come to the goal, I think. I mean, Kelly's lucky that he didn't make an actual proper connection with that. He just slipped under his studs and skidded away for a corner on the far side there. But great play from Panther. And also he just showed there that Roberts is no Usain Bolt because he fouled Panther. Panther still went round him and went round the other side of him. So we'll see what happens. Luthwaite's in there pushing like a heavyweight. The ball comes in from Coyle, headed out to the edge of the area, cleared, but only as far as Thanodge. Thanodge is the last man, plays a high ball into the edge of the 18-yard box. There's no use for Furtado to get underneath that because he can't. Belmont picks the ball up, plays it forward inside now. It's 1 against 2, if you like. Well played by Alfie Lewis there. Gives it to Thanodge, who was defending, and then back to York. So threat averted, and Thanodge down underneath this here. Plays in Bittimo, switch sides, and is on the halfway line here. Back to Thanodge. Bromsgrove back in their usual positions. Inside to Lewis. Lewis has got acres of space if he wants to go forward with it. He's going to go centrally. Plays the ball into York. York traps it well. Plays it out this left foot out to Coyle. Coyle on the edge of the area. Plays it all the way along there. Panther couldn't get it, but it's come as far as Rowe. Rowe shoots. It's a side netting. Oh, great opportunity. Poppy's beginning to apply the pressure, Gary.
Yeah, he just snatched at it. It was an awkward angle. He wouldn't have had much of the goal to see, but he was. Oh, here we go. Yes, the goalkeeper's gone down for a tactical break. Yeah, the manager on the far side is calling all the Poppies, calling all the Bromsgrove players across. It's the usual tactical injury that we're seeing far too often in football at the moment, and of course, whilst they get away with it until they change the rules about it, then nothing will change. So we've got an enforced break here whilst Rory Brown gets some non-essential treatment.
I mean, I do think we should have some, incidental music at this point, just to
Yeah.
keep things coming along. But Gary, you
Well,
got some news?
yeah, we'll give you some other half-time, well, not half-time, some other scores going on at the moment. Barwell 0, Royston 1, Bury 1, Bishop Stortford 0, Harborough 1, Worcester 0, Needham Market 1, Spalding 0. Corn Bedford is 0-0, but Corn are down to 10 men, and Stamford are 1 up at Sudbury. That's the other goals, or the goals that are going around. So finally, Rory Brown has made a miraculous recovery.
It's good, Gary, to see how supportive the Kettering Town fans have been of that recovery from Rory Brown.
It's annoying. We see it too often, and what should of course happen, and they're still not voted for it to happen, is if the goalkeeper goes down, one of the outfield players has to come off the pitch instead for a minute or two afterwards. But there we go. That's my rant over with.
It's good to get that out, Gary. I think it's just important to get that out. So I know that FIBA, the real governing body for world football, are looking at something to see what they can do around that. But in the meantime, we are stuck with it as Bromsgrove boot the ball up aerially. But again, Isaac's underneath this. Nice play to Belmont in the middle of the pitch in the centre circle. Comes out to Green. Green will look to chip this ball down the channels for Flint. He's wearing a number 2, but is really is playing a much more midfield role. Good tackle there from Isaacson again. Flint has got no change out of Isaacson this half at all. Bromsgrove are going to throw back 5 or 6 yards from the corner flag down to our right-hand side. It's the 36th minute. It's still 0-0. Ball's played well, intercepted by Furtado, gives it to Thanoj. Thanoj plays a lovely ball out to Bitimo on the right-hand side in front of the away dugout. Bitimo's going to get challenged, and he is, but that'll be a foul. The referee's got I've got something to think about here, because based on his past history in this game, he's going to book him.
Yeah, no, that was a yellow card. He'd gone, and it was a cynical tackle from O'Reilly. And a yellow card is the life of Riley.
Hey, looks like the referee is going for his pocket, and that's another one. I tell you what, we'll be lucky to end up here with a full complement of players on the pitch at the end of this game. So that's the third.
I don't mind
booking
if it's
for the
Manning
visitors.
Green goes off. I don't mind at all.
I
just had to check then that Paul White was not playing in green. He's not. He's, as you say, he's in powder blue.
He's in powder blue.
We're okay with that.
As Coyle takes the ball halfway, plays the ball out to the far side. Luthwaite's underneath this, but again, Isaacson, he had another opportunity there. He's just jumping too early in order to be able to get the ball there, and really, really unfortunate. But a good free kick from Coyle. But yeah, another chance there, Gary, to be fair.
Yeah, I think he was looking to win his header and plant that one across the goal for somebody else coming in. But yeah, just the timing that's a little bit off with his jumping, although he's won everything in the air when it's coming directly at him from the other direction. So defensive head is good, and there's another example as he climbs above Flint to win the ball. But attacking headers, the timing still needs a little bit of work on it. But throw into the visitors just in front of our commentary position. And it's going to be Green. Launches the ball towards Luthwaite. Luthwaite traps the ball, and then Isaacson robs him. Launches it long, looking for Panther, but good play from Softly. Gets a cushion header down to his teammate. And then Riley now attacking Rowe on that far side. Back inside. And then Green puts the ball into the penalty box. Scrapped and cleared by Fatangio. Panther with a lay back to Lewis, but Lewis is crowded out by Belmonte. Oh, and that's a bad ball. And Panther's away. Eddie Panther versus Brown for the goal. Oh, it took a horrible bob. It took a horrible bobble, unfortunately, for Panther. And he was about 12 yards out, and he looks in despair at the pitch. and I agree with him. It was definitely the Burton bubble that prevented Eddie Fanta surely putting the Poppies 1-0 up.
I tell you what, he won't get a better chance this season, really, but the pitch beat him. It wasn't his talent. He just bobbled and he skied it. And it went over the pro saw at that stage. And the referee's just warning Rory Brown about his timekeeping, which is slightly ironic. We should probably get the book out now for him already. But that is a fantastic gilt-head opportunity. But it remains here still 0-0 here at Latimer Park. And Poppies retain the ball. As Forsyth, lovely chip inside there. Play the ball for Panther. Panther is having acres of space all over the place. Only going to catch that one, but he really should be trying to get Panther more into the game early, because Roberts is no is no match at all for Panther in terms of sprinting or speed. But in the meantime, we've got a Poppy player down on the far side. Referee's going over to check him out. Can't quite see who that is, Gary, but is that Bittermo again?
Could be
or
Blaine Rowe.
I
think it's Blaine Rowe. Yeah, it is.
It is, isn't it? So he's up on his feet.
No,
Certainly recovered faster than Rory Brown did. So you've got to give him credit where it's due. Ball's back in. Throw goes. Well intercepted by Coyle. Cole chips it forward to Panther. Panther tries to get a ball in, but he can't. Roberts is there again, clears it. Luthwaite with the header on, but Alfie Lewis has got the ball, just looking to get Bittermo on the far side. He's changed wings again, right on that far side. He's eating up the pitch here. Plays the ball down for Furtado, but there's no chance of him getting that, and it goes out for a Bromsgrove goal kick.
Yep, just under 5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. There'll be a minute or two of that, no doubt, to add on, as Rory Brown still sort of taking his time, but he'll be conscious that if he does it again, it takes too much time, he'll be added to the referee's notebook. And now he clears left-footed into the sky. Good header by Rowe, looking for Panther. Breaks to Alfie Lewis. Lewis again looking for Panther, and Panther nips in to retrieve the ball for the Poppies. Back to Bittermo. Bittermo is going to have to go back, I think. Yes, he does. Back to Rowe inside the Poppies half. Rowe then launches it long, looking for Taggio. Can he keep it in? Yes, he can. He's done very well to Panther. Finds Panther. Good tackle. Good recovery tackle though by Softly. And Bromsgrove come away with the ball. Flint out to Kelly. Kelly goes long, looking for Belmont. Finds him. Good ball. Forsyth in attendance. And then Belmont just skies the ball over the crossbar. And that will be a goal kick to the Poppies. 0-0 here still at Latimer Park. One gilt-edged opportunity, which was well defended by the Burton Latimer pitch.
Yes, indeed. The 12th man for an away team here, as we know it, and that was so unfortunate. But 42 minutes. Ball back into play. Headed up by Roberts. Luthwaite underneath it. He's not getting any joy with those headers forward. That's a foul. Wes York doesn't need to go in the book for that, I don't think. Just on the halfway line in the middle of the centre circle. Belmont's over that. Oh, just waiting now for them to take that one, which Roberts will do. They've not had a shot on goal at the moment here, but I think this will get chipped to the far edge of the 18-yard box. We're trying to get Luthwaite in to head it into the middle. Ball's played, goes right all the way far to the end. It's headed in. Luthwaite gets the ball. He turns on the 18-yard box. Just pirouettes on it. Still got the ball. Play it inside, but Bin will go out for a throw to Bromsgrove on the far side. We are in the 43rd minute now here at Latimer Park. And we're just waiting for the first goal. Bromsgrove going to throw on the far side. They're just cleaning the ball on their green and white shirts, just ready to launch this like an extra set into the 6-yard box. And here it comes. Ball goes in, played out into the area, but it's picked out by Furtado. Furtado kicks it forward, beautifully brought down there from Panther. He has the ball, he takes on his right-hand side, there's nobody with him. That's another foul, that's a terrible foul there from the number 18, and he gets a yellow card quite rightly. They just can't handle Panther at all. He's just got no chance at all, and that puts the 4th player from Bromsgrove, Jordan Lydon, into the book, Gary.
Yeah, number 18, Lydon. He knew what he was doing. He knew what the punishment was going to be. Duly meted out by Mr. Jackson. But as you say, Eddie Panther, he's causing havoc in the Bromsgrove defence so far this afternoon. It's going to be Lewis Coyle. He's going to put this one in on his left foot. It's a one-man wall, gives you an idea of the angle. Close to the corner of the penalty area. Coyle. In it comes, and it looks a bit long, but oh, it's a goal! Isaacson! We said a couple of times he mistimed his jump. Well, he didn't do it that time. On the far post, it looked as though the ball was going out, but Isaacson had other ideas. He scores again for the 2nd consecutive game. Poppies 1-up.
Absolutely brilliant, Gary. Great. What a great goal that was. Just a lovely header. They've been trying this the last 2 times when the ball's coming in from Coyle. But that Coyle-Isaacson combination has done well, and that puts us up. 2 minutes to go in this half. But I think Poppies will be very happy with that. It's been a stubborn defence from Bromsgrove, but Isaacson did well there to literally get up at that far post and head that in, and Rory Brown had no chance.
Yeah, indeed. And I think it's a justified and deserved lead that the Poppies have carved out here this afternoon. And Ben Isaacson, he's been very good defensively, and he's looked a nuisance offensively as well. And that goal is the cherry on the cake as far as he's concerned. Ball back in play on the far side, Kelly, but Bittermo's on him straight away. Deflects out for a throw-in on the halfway line. Kelly with the ball in his hands, looking for options, goes down long. And intercepted by Rowe. York trying to get underneath it, but Belmont beats him. Plays it outside to Green. Green striding forward into the Poppies half, but he's overran that. Coyle half deflected though, back to Belmont. Belmont with the ball into the box. It's a good one. Forsyth does well with the header out, but still not clear as far as the Poppies are concerned. Ball comes back in again. Looseway with the header. Glancing header. And fortunately for the Poppies, didn't get enough on it. And out for a goal kick.
Indeed. I think they've just got to watch. The Poppies have just got to tighten up a little bit there. That was another opportunity, a half chance really for Lewthwaite. He knows how to score in the Latimer Park 18-yard boxes, but certainly 1-0 at the moment. And there's 2 minutes extra time added onto this pulsating first half, so we should be finishing fairly shortly. Good header forward. Oh, and a foul there against Panther.
Yeah, just a little bit of barge in the back, that kind of thing. He wasn't really going for the ball. Quickly taken. Roberts launches it forward, looking for Lewthwaite. Tussling with Forsyth on the edge of the box. Lewthwaite still with the ball, trying to get a shot away, but Lewis gets half a clearance, and then Bittermo fully clears, and that is the half-time whistle here at Latimer Park. The Poppies going in with a 1-0 lead, as I said, a deserved lead, I think. And Ben Isaacson it is with the header, but still plenty to play here this afternoon. But overall, pretty good as far as I'm concerned there, Doug.
I think so, definitely. 5 bookings, 1 goal. We will see you on the other side. probably.
He's moved up the scale. Kettering Town and the
Welcome back, everybody. I hope whatever you managed to imbibe has kept you warm. For those that are in the northern hemisphere, certainly where we are, it's still absolutely freezing up here, and we're up in the gantry here with Gary and Callum and Joe from the media team here, and it's yeah, it's I wouldn't say it's frosty, but it's cold. So. But anyway, most important thing here is the result at the moment, and it's half-time. It's 1-0. I think we were worth it, Gary. To be honest, I think first half I don't think Bromsgrove had many shots on goal, but I think we'll see it pick up now in the second half.
Yeah, I say deserved half-time lead for the Poppies, but it's only half-time, so let's see what the next 45 minutes brings. Looks as though, yeah, it's the same Poppies team that's already out, so no changes for them, and likewise for Bromsgrove Sporting. And there's a bit of activity away to our right, where Rory Brown's getting some shots close in by one of the training staff, and a few olays or whatever going with the Poppies fans behind, all good-natured.
So yeah, we should see. I think Rory will certainly get a lot of support from the Poppies now. They're in the tin hat end. I don't think he's going to escape some of those supportive comments behind him there. But yeah, he's doing a few high kicks, looking good. But as Gary said, I think there's only no changes at the moment as far as we can make out from either side. As we mentioned, there were 4 bookings for Bromsgrove in that first half and 1 for Kettering. But we'll see if we can end up with 11 versus 11 at the end of the game. And certainly Matt Jackson, the referee here, has certainly been very strict in his interpretation of the rules. So that's how we go. We are underway. Furtado plays it to Forsyth out to Rowe. Kettering now are playing from left to right, attacking the tin hat end. And Forsyth plays the ball right out to the far side here for Preston Bittimo, but he's out-headed there by Jack Kelly. York retains the ball, looking to see if he can try and get it to Bittimo. Just keeping hold of the ball at the moment. Comes inside to Lewis, who loses the ball. Belmont plays a lovely little chip ball out to Luthwaite there. He's played it back in to number 20, just on the edge of the 18-yard box. He tries to pivot and turn. Riley, who's booked in the first half, plays it back to Kelly. Headed out only as far as Bromsgrove. Play the ball out to the far side to Green. Green playing along the ground there, but it's been cleared again. Bromsgrove underneath that. Kelly with a header. Back to Kelly, plays it inside. Lovely 1-2 there. Lovely little triangle football here for Bromsgrove as it go down the left-hand side. Being policed by Bittimo. Trying to get a player over. And a turn and a switch inside as well. It's hardly poetic, but it works. And York puts his toe in there and puts it out for a Bromsgrove corner. First one of this half.
Yep. Fast start by Bromsgrove and the Poppies. So an early chance to put Paul White's goal under pressure in this second half. Belmonte has come across to take it. Only 2 players left outside the penalty box for the Reds. Here it comes into the near post, and it's off the line by Coyle. The ball bounced. Luthwaite tried to get a header on the near post. He didn't. The ball bounced, and it's only Lewis Coyle on the line that's saved us there, because that would have been 1-1.
I tell you what, it was a great defensive header there from Coyle. Good job he was in there from a positional point of view, because that was certainly heading in. White had no chance with that one, and that's resulted in another Bromsgrove corner, this time on the far side. It'll be an in-swinger, which it does. Headed out of Forsyth, that only goes as far as the Bromsgrove player, but cleared out again by Coyle, who's been the sort of avenger for Poppy. Just clearing the ball out of the area there, but Bromsgrove have come out here with a bit of attitude. Let's see what happens with them. They got another throw down to our left-hand side. It's about 8 yards away from the corner flag. This will be a short one, I think. If the play comes back out to Kelly here, he'll get the ball in. She does head to the area. Thanodge is in here with a great header. No one there to pick it up. Headed back in again. Belmont plays the ball forward to Roberts. Roberts plays it out to Newell. Newell being policed well by Thanodge, has to put it back to Belmont. Goes all the way back to the back four with Softly. Softly's played it back to Rory Brown, who's been chased down by Furtado. He clears it upfield. Rowe makes an important header there. York retains the ball. Played out by Bittermo, but they certainly Kettering need to get hold of it and see if they can try and get a bit of a pattern moving. Luthwaite plays the ball out to the far side, kept inside acrobatically, let's call it that, from the number 4, and he faces it down, hit it off his face, but eventually cleared by Isaacson and Lewis Green in the wars there, but gives a throw out to the far side to Bromsgrove. We're now in the 49th minute of the second half, still 1-0 to the Poppies, but it's all Bromsgrove at the moment. And Green will take this throw. He'll play it short probably, as he does. Back to Green, back inside. Well policed, lovely back heel there. Ball come across, headed out by Forsyth, only as far as Belmont. Chip back in again. Forsyth underneath it once more. Thanodge, York plays the ball, doesn't know where that's gone. Cleared again by Forsyth for the third time to Panther. Panther can't control the ball. Belmont puts his foot through it, but that'll go all the way back from a Poppy's goal kick. But Gary, interesting times at the moment. It's all the green surge here, the green wave.
Yep, they've come out with the bit between the teeth. There's no doubt about that. But it's to be expected. Only 1-0 down. They fancy the chances getting back into the game. It's up to the Poppies to just compose themselves and increase their own sort of work rate. Cause a problem when they get the ball, but they do have the ball at the moment, although it's just ricocheted to Bromsgrove man, but Furtado does well to win the ball back to Panther on the far touchline. Panther sizing up his man, brings it back into his right foot, cross headed away by the central defence, only as far as Blaine Rowe. Rowe looking to beat Riley, he does well, takes it down to the byline, cross comes in, but it's a poor one. It's easily cut out by Bromsgrove. Ball up to Luthwaite. Luthwaite battling well, and he plays it through to Belmont, and the referee actually brings it back. Cornered, won the ball, and the referee says, I spotted a foul on Tyrone Luthwaite as he played the ball forward, so it's going to be a free kick to Bromsgrove. About 20 yards inside the Poppies half. It's going to be Belmont, number 8, to take it right-footed, plays it into the penalty box. There's a player underneath it, couldn't quite see who, but he only directs it wide for a goal kick. But they've certainly set the stall out well, Bromsgrove, has to be said, in this second half so far. Poppies have not had a chance to get any decent spell of possession themselves.
It's a bit flat, isn't it, Gary, at the moment, really, with them, apart from Bromsgrove's attack. Poppies haven't really got the grips of this second half at all. York underneath it. Bittermo comes inside. Thanodge. Rowe plays it to Bittermo here on the touchline. Plays a ball forward. Won't be able to get through Ish, but it'll go all the way through to Rory Brown. He picks the ball up on the edge of the base of the D, if you like, on the 18-yard box, and he'll fly kick this one up into the afternoon sky as the floodlights come on. And there's a push there just went straight through York. York just looks forlorn there as he looks to the referee for the foul, but it definitely was. And Kettering Town, we're going to take it quickly, but are now going to take their time. Back to Thanodge. Plays it across to Isaacson. Going to try and get a bit of retention football here as Forsyth clips it forward for Furtado. He's not going to get that. Belmont's underneath it. He plays it forward for Luthwaite to run onto. He's been policed by Forsyth. We've got 2 men in the middle. Can he get in the 18-yard box? He's going to head for the byline. He comes inside. Well taken out there by Thanodge, and referee's not going to give a foul, but it's a goal. It's not, sorry, a corner to Bromsgrove. So Thanodge looking a bit puzzled as to why he didn't give a free kick there, but Thanodge did well to intercept Luthwaite, who was just about to unleash a right foot shot on Paul White, but it's another Bromsgrove call, which I think is their third for the second half here. So still all to play for. Belmont just placing the ball down. This will be an in-swinger as well. There are 3 players on the edge of the box. Ball comes in, cleared out by Rowe, but that will go for another corner. Rowe is a bit eager there. It's coming off the post, and he just managed to get a foot to clear it. Bromsgrove have got 3 players just on the edge of the penalty spot. They're splitting up now. Ball comes in. Thanodge hoofs that away, and that'll do nicely. But Poppies have got to get themselves organised here. They really are getting a bit too deep and inviting Bromsgrove for another wave of attack as Jack Kelly's going to take the throw. About halfway into the Kettering half. And he's just stood on that, and the ball goes straight out under pressure there from Furtado. No movement from either bench at the moment, and some earnest conversations going on the far side with Lee McDonald. Okay, thank you. And just had the attendance of today's match, 945, amazing. Really good for a Saturday. It's following on from the almost 800 we had on Tuesday. So the Poppy support is taking us to where we want to be, Gary.
Another 200 above what we got on Tuesday. So by my reckoning, for the next Tuesday game, we should be up to over 1,000 quite easily. But of course, if only it worked that way. But Bittermo with the ball to Panther. Panther half possessed by Roberts. Isaacson then launches it forward. Breaks to Coyle. Coyle on the halfway line. Does well. Finds Furtado. Furtado checks back. Has to react quickly to the tackle. Coyle. Back to Lewis. Lewis looking for a forward option. Does well to find Panther. Panther then lays it off to Furtado. Furtado now on the foul side. Accelerating down to the penalty box. Back to Coyle. Coyle. Oh, lovely crossing by Coyle. It's well dealt with by Bromsgrove. And he's far as Forsyth. Forsyth gets a toe on it. And I don't think we had to keep that in. No, we can't. Despite the best efforts of Blaine Rowe, who slides into the advertised haulings. And that's quickly taken throw, which results in a free kick to Bromsgrove. But it was a delicious cross in by Lewis Coyle there, Doug. And
yes, indeed.
Fortunately for the Poppies, we couldn't get on the end of it. Kelly finds Lydon to Belmont. Belmont with it. Oh, that's a lovely through ball through, and number 2's in here, and it's a good save by White. Denying Niall Flint, he came out quick. That's by far the closest, really, that Bromsgrove have come this afternoon. They're still in the attack on the far side. Green puts the ball back in. Out finally by Forsyth. Finds Furtado. Now, is there a Kettering break on here? Looking for options and plays it forward, but it's overhit. Trying to find Wes York. Belmont retrieves the situation for Bromsgrove. Out to Kelly. Kelly back inside to Lydon. Lydon switches it out to captain Aaron Roberts. Roberts looking for an option. Finds Flint to very close to the equaliser. He does a good overlap there with the number 4 Green. Coyle does well to intercept that, and it's out for a throw in to Bromsgrove.
That was a great opportunity there, and we've got Paul White's down in the 6-yard box here. I don't believe it's tactical, although there is a substitution. Looks like possibly Kai Fifield on the bench there, but certainly this is not good news for White, as he is holding his groin, which he was a bit uncomfortable on Tuesday as well, Gary, wasn't he?
Yeah, he definitely took a knock in that game, and obviously Alexander was out of the warm up as well. I'm not quite sure whether he is actually fully fit to return. He's certainly not on the bench this afternoon, so let's hope a little bit of treatment, and Paul White will be okay to carry on. But it looks as though Kettering are going to be making a substitution very shortly. I saw the disco board out earlier, although Malk's not there to hold it up, so we'll have to wait and see on that particular front. But
it looks like Firefield, but I think he's put his bib back on again as Paul White is back on his feet. But now the bib comes off again.
It's Van
It's
Veer.
Van Veer. It's Van Leer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Van Leer. Will Van Leer, and we are going to make that change. So Will Van Leer is the man to come on, and it looks like Ish Fataggio, yes it is, who's going to be leaving the pitch. So that's the first change of this afternoon, and it comes by the Poppies in the 59th minute. Van Leer was one of those players that I thought played particularly well on Tuesday night, so let's hope for more of the same as far as that's concerned.
Yeah, he did. He did play very well, Gary, I must admit. I was quite impressed with him. Good ball control, excellent distribution, and certainly a good engine on him. So we'll see what happens now. Ball goes back in, but it's played in. That should go all the way to Paul White, who's moving relatively well, I think, Gary, at the moment here. So as we enter the 60th minute, 2/3 of the game gone. Probably 1-0 up. Forsyth clears the ball right down the middle for Panther to go underneath. He's challenged well, but the 17 softly manages to keep him away and play the ball up. Roberts plays the ball forward to Luthwaite. Luthwaite can't control it. Isaacson comes in, plays the ball inside, but it's picked up again by Newell. Newell's fouled. Referee's going to let that go as Roberts comes marauding over the halfway line, plays the ball into the middle. Forsyth intercepts. But it's only going to go as far as Panther. Can Panther get it? Yes, he can. Plays it forward to Bitterman. We can't control it, though, and just cannot hold the ball in midfield at the moment. Lewis fights at the moment with Flinders trying to get the ball, but it all goes all the way back to Forsyth. He will clear that ball, and it'll go out for a throw to Bromsgrove about halfway into the Kettering half here. The more the game goes on, you feel that Bromsgrove will get another chance. Flynn plays the ball out to Linden. Linden goes back to Forsyth. Belmont, this is on the centre circle here, goes back to Brown. Good pressing there from Van Leer, who's just come on. Hopefully he'll act a bit more grit to that midfield. Belmont just going forward, plays the ball out to the far right-hand side. Coyle can't get it, they head into the middle. Isaacson plays a slice there, it just comes off row fortuitously to get him clear that again, but it's all Bromsgrove here on the halfway line. Softly looking to play the ball forward, which he does. Belmont increasingly beginning to orchestrate the Bromsgrove attacks. Lovely little twist back to Belmont now. He's just into the last third of the area. The ball comes across, lovely cross. Coils underneath that and headed out by Forsyth. That hit his arm. The referee had a really good shout at that, a good look at it. It comes away. Van Leer is going forward. He plays the ball out to Panther. Panther down the right-hand side. I think he's going to lose that, though, I think, and well policed there by Luke Softly. And it's a Kettering throw there. I can't see that being a handball there. The referee had an excellent view of that from Forsyth. I just can't see it, Gary, from that point of view.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. You got to shout if it hits the arm like it did, but there's no way that was deliberate handball, despite what Belmont thinks. And he's still having a word with the referee about it.
Still having a throw, and got a long throw here down to our right-hand side. Kettering just about to get a ball in the middle here. 7 players in. Comes in, headed up in the air by Forsyth. and it'll be cleared away. Luthwaite slashes at the ball there, goes underneath, Thanodge underneath it. He gets the touch well. Van Leer, great ball, but Luthwaite comes away with it. And Coyle and Riley there with a good clash, but it ricochets off into the Poppy stand there. Hopefully nobody's injured. And Blaine Rowe will take a throw now just underneath us. Just waiting for the ball to come back in. And 63 minutes gone. It's still 1-0 to the Poppies. Well, Bromsgrove have certainly been no slouches in this second half at all. Been really good. Ball's played forward. Luthwaite will run onto this. He's policed by Isaacson. He'll try and hold on to it, which he does. He's got Isaacson in front of him. Nobody with him at the moment. He's going to have to hold up. Plays it back to Riley. Riley plays it back to Kelly here. Kelly sprays it across on the far side. York's underneath this. He doesn't get the header though. And then he goes as far as Flint. Flint will turn. No support. He'll go for the byline, will he? No, he won't. He'll check back in again. Ball come in from Green. Green cleared on the 18-yard box. Luthwaite tries an overhead kick. Ambitious, but policed well. Van Leer gets a header. Thanodge plays the ball up, plays it to Panther. Panther is through. Now he got Roberts into the 18-yard box on the right-hand side. Tries a shot. Blocked well by Roberts, who made a great return there. But another opportunity for us, Gary.
Yeah, another good run by Eddie Panther. Fair play to Roberts, though. He's not the quickest, certainly not compared to Panther, but good positional sense, and gets the block in. So just the corner for the Poppies, and as you can imagine, Coyle is not exactly in a sprint to take said corner. The referee indicating that he is pausing his watch whilst it takes a few extra seconds for Coyle to go forward. It's going to be an in-swinger on his left foot again. Everybody back for Bromsgrove. Every player in the penalty box. Left foot in, near post. Foss tries to get the flick on. Back to Van Leer. Van Leer to Coyle. Coyle with the ball in again and underneath it. But well defended by Bromsgrove and Green. Thanodge is under pressure now, but does well to bring the ball back and then gets the free kick for a tug on his shirt. Quickly taken to Alfie Lewis. Lewis inside to Wes York, back to Thanodge inside the Bromsgrove half. Andy Thanodge looking for an option, and then it's a poor ball, gives the ball away straight to Lydon. Bromsgrove back in possession. Lydon looking for an option, goes long, trying to find Riley on this near touch line. Riley does well, keeps the ball in play, has a run at Bittermo. Bittermo gets his foot in. That's a throw in to Bromsgrove.
Again, an easy clearance there from Bromsgrove, easily getting down the pitch. We're going to take it quickly now. Goes back to Softly. Back out on this side to Newell. Bittermo gets involved, plays an aimless ball. It's been picked up again by Bromsgrove for Lydon. Lydon plays it inside. Lewis is going to try and close down, but it does go all the way along to Dryden as well. Dryden needs to get up. Thought he was fouled there, but he's not now. They're going to try and go for the byline. There's three Poppies defenders there, but Bittermo commits the foul. Referee's been quite strict on any physical contact during the game, and that gives Bromsgrove a free kick. They're about 15 yards from the corner flag down here on the left-hand side, almost on the touch line here, and Belmont's going to in-swing. This will be an in-swinger. Be an in-swinger right into the middle of Paul White's goal. 6 Bromsgrove players in the box. Comes straight in, cleared well at the near post there by Lewis. Comes back all the way to Belmont here on this right-hand side. Ball goes back in, get a far side to leave that. That's going to go straight out for a Poppies goal kick. Certainly interesting times. I think Van Leer's a good substitution, but they might need a little bit more, I think, before the end of the game.
Yeah, I think you're right. And what's noticeable in this second half is that I thought the Poppies midfield bossed the game really in the first half, but this second half seen a bit of a reversal. Bromsgrove getting much more possession in that midfield area and started asking questions of the Poppies indeed, but we'll see how it goes for the rest of the half. Roberts clears long, looking for Riley, but Rowe does well to intercept, but then Andy Fanog is tackled by Belmont. That's a throw in to the Reds on the halfway line, just under our commentary position. Blaine Rowe, number 16, retrieves the ball. He's got Bissimo down the line, goes short to Forsyth. Forsyth back to Rowe. Rowe does well, skips inside one man and then takes it on a mazy run. Beats the second, can't beat the third. And that's forced out for another throw-in. Pretty much where we were a moment ago, underneath the commentary position. Looks like Bromsgrove have got at least 2 players warming up on the far side, possibly more actually. But yet to make a change themselves, but they'll be encouraged by their performance, particularly in this second half so far. Blaine Rowe throw in. Does go long this time looking for Panther, and Panther